Hey, so I was doing my devotional this morning, and today's passage was Luke 6, verse 20 to 23. And it's the Beatitudes, and it says, Blessed are you who are poor, for yours is the kingdom of God. And blessed are you who are hungry, for you shall be satisfied. And blessed are you who weep now, for you shall laugh. Blessed are you when men hate you, ostracize you, insult you, and scorn your name as evil for the sake of man, for the sake of the Son of Man. And be glad in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the same way their fathers used to treat the prophets. Um, basically, uh, the great thing about the devotional that I use is if you get kind of mental block and you can't think properly, you can't focus on what you need to be doing, there's this little button that says need inspiration. If you click on that, it kind of gives you more to think about with the passage in mind. And one of the things that it said is, do you really believe that there's a blessing in being poor and being hungry and having men hate you for the sake of the Son of Man? And it really tests where you are, because I mean, I used to think that it would mean, blessed are you who are poor, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. Basically, it's okay to be poor now because in heaven it'll be all better. And it's okay to be hungry now and to be sad now because it's all going to be better in heaven. And I used to think of it as more as I'm enduring being poor, and I have to endure being hungry to kind of get to heaven. But I think that what it's getting at is there's an actual blessing to being poor. If you ask people who have been through trials and such, a lot of times they would say um, that even though the trials were hard and even though it was extremely hard to go through it, at the end of it, they look and they say, well, I don't think I would have changed anything about it though. Because in those hard times and in those trials is when we're closest to God a lot of the times. And I think when we're poor, when we're hungry, when we're sad, we cling to God, and it brings us closer to God, and there's a blessing in being closer to God, and there's a blessing in the path that takes you closer to God. Um, I think that when we're happy and we're full and we're satisfied and we're comfortable with where we are in terms of finances and stuff, it's easy to get happy and it's easy to lose track and lose sight of God. And I think that what this passage is saying is that um, don't think of it as just enduring those things to get to heaven, and because there is a blessing in suffering for God. And I think that's a message that often gets looked over these days. And the part that stuck out to me for people in school and people who maybe deal with peer pressure and stuff, um, blessed are you who blessed are you when men hate you, ostracize you, and insult you, and scorn your name for the sake of the Son of Man. And it's so it's so easy to get discouraged when your friends don't invite you to a certain party, or your friends don't invite you to like whatever it be, or make fun of you, or whatever the case may be. But the Bible is saying that if if they're ostracizing you and insulting you for the sake of the Bible and for the sake of Christ, I mean, that's a good thing, because you're standing up for Christ and you're standing up for what you believe and you're standing up for what's true. And I think that in perspective, standing up for the truth, or going out with your friends, if one has to take prestige over the other, I think standing up for truth should always. And it just it goes on to explain that when you're in that way, when you're suffering for God and when men hate you and stuff like that, um, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because that's how they treated the prophets. And so in a way it's kind of putting you in line with the prophets. And so I think that's definitely an honor to hold, to be in line with the prophets and stuff like that. So I just want to encourage you with that, and that's kind of where I'm at. So I think I'm just gonna wrap this up and say goodbye, and till next time, and until we find another video. Okay, take care. God bless.